And welcome back. I'm out on a trail and I'm taking it easy. My knee is shot from that expedition I did following a stream to a river, and by the evening my knee was swelling up and I was unable to move it. I've twisted it somewhere, so basically I'm having to take it easy now. So I'm just following some gentle trails and I'm going to make my way to one of my favourite woodlands, and I'm going to cook up a little bit of breakfast there. Well, we've gone into September and there's definitely a different feel to the woodlands at the moment. You can kind of see there is actually a carpet of leaves already. Even though the trees are holding their leaves, most of them, they are starting to drop. And as I spin you around, you can see the light is not quite so bright. We do have misty, kind of drizzly conditions, but yeah, there's a complete different vibe in the air and in the woodlands. To be expected, it's natural, but it's just that feel you get when you know things are turning. And for me down here in North Cornwall, I'm beginning to feel this is the turn now. In this woodland you've got a village that sits pretty much adjacent to it, but if I bring you down here you'll see there should technically be water there, and there is in the winter months, or when we have you know, a significant amount of rainfall just drop down, and it will usually flow around this channel, making this piece of ground here almost an island. But if I bring you around, you can see the river is really low. There are some kids' swings there. They've been making full use of that, I should say, during the hot conditions. But yeah, we've usually got water flowing over this rock wall here down to the lower part. But obviously with the drought conditions, this river's yet to recover. But it's always a pleasant little stop, and the kids and that enjoy coming down here themselves. By now, if I'd reached this point, it's usually a fair torrent going over here. I'll just let you have a look back up the river. I'm now following the track back up through the valley, and I'll hit a road and start making my way to my little piece of heaven in the woods. Everything's damp and wet, but it's not full-blown rain. Well, I've made it to the woodland, and that was quite an energetic walk, and my knee is aching, but I've got here nonetheless, and I'll be going into that dark little opening there into the woods. Light quality will be dim. Like I said, today everything is gloomy. The skies are gloomy, it's misty, bit of drizzle, and we're halfway up on the moors or on the slopes. So in effect you can't expect much, but yeah, but it does give me one advantage. Very few people come to this particular piece of wood I'm going to. Let me take you in, and as you can see there's an ancient hedge there. It's got some modern barbed wire fencing. That's quite simply to keep livestock out, and you can see they've been congregating here probably to get shelter from the weather. Like I say, when you get wind and rain here, it is sideways and quite brutal, so shelter is key. But it's a lovely, like, enchanted woodland. It's got that vibe, that old world vibe to it. And on top of that, if you close your eyes and just let your imagination run riot, you can sit there imagining all sorts. And coming back up on another little track, or what would have been a track years ago, we start to drop down into it. Already I've got that feel-good factor, and I'll let you have a look. I always say this piece of woodland is enchanting, but if you be brutally honest, it is more than that. It's that little piece of gold that most people are looking or searching for. I'm just heading to pretty much my favourite spot here, and it overlooks all this little bit of a valley, and I get wind protection from a hedge, and on top of that I get to survey all this beauty while I'm up here camping, eating, just drinking a cup of coffee. But I'll just show you, I'm scampering up through some really impressive boulders. So I'm working my way up through all this, and it's not hard work, it's not hard going, and it's just nice to look at all these stones and take in the atmosphere. Something has made a nice little home in there, but I can just see sheep going into the bracken up there, so they've been seeking shelter themselves. Yeah, it's going to be a very simple, basically, egg banjo. I've got eggs from my own chickens, a couple slices of bread, I'm doing myself a coffee, basically an egg sandwich or an egg banjo, however you want to call it. I've got another gas canister because this is the one I've been using through the summer. It's just about out. So yeah, I'm going to get some water on the go. So get it going. And this here pot is one I picked up in Portugal for €240. It had a plastic handle. I got rid of that and just put a stainless nut and bolt. But for, you know, basically €240, I couldn't turn it down because it'll make a brilliant boiling vessel. And on top of that, I've just drilled a little hole just to give it a bit of a vent off. I'm not going to lose too much heat or anything from it. So this is its first outing. So let's get some water on the go for some coffee. Well, it picked up heat really fast, that metal did. So the metal is a good conductor, I can tell you that straight off the bat. So get the lid on. And let's see what happens. I've just got some instant coffee, an old school type camping cup. There's my bread. I got my mess tins to fry up the eggs, and here we go. The bit I'm excited to show you about are chicken eggs. And chicken eggs from our chickens that we keep in the backyard. or back garden, shall I say. Threw an Americanism in there, but you know, in any case, yeah, we love having chickens. It's just that thing that, you know, you go down in the morning, you get your eggs back up, and you cook them, and then obviously you feed in your chickens. Our garden waste goes in there like grass, which they eat. It just feels like you're doing a little bit of a, I don't know, not off grid, I mean, but it's at that kind of where you're, you know where your food's coming from, so it's got that little bit of a feel good factor. Yeah, you could consider this pretty much as basic a setup as you can get, and it's probably a throwback. Well, it is. I mean, that gas burners. I can't remember when I bought it, but it's been used, you know, pretty much through all my wild camping and bushcrafting tasks for as long as I can remember. So all this that you can see thrown together here, it's pretty much stuff that you could probably find in your dad's shed, grandfather's shed, and possibly, you know, at car boot sales and little like stores for virtually nothing. Obviously, you know, you pay your money, you get what you get, but I'm quite happy to use odds and sods that you'll find in your shed, and stuff I've had for ever and a day. You can see I've got steam now, so I'm going to get this cup of coffee on the go and start heating up this oil now. And just while I'm having my coffee, a small flock of sheep has decided to climb up over the stones and join me. They look quite nervous because I've just popped up and they didn't quite expect me to be here. And you can see them there just heading down through the bracken. Yeah, they don't want to be around me. Like I say, stop to have a munch and head off up into the bracken again. But I can just hear my oil. Just beginning to spit there, so that's getting ready to put my eggs in. Put the blue one in first. Penknife is handy to just give it its first little, there, gone straight in. Put that there. And get the next one, brown one. And they're in there cooking now. So I'll just clean up. So I've got my coffee, and you know what coffee does, it makes the world seem right and okay again. But this location for me is one that most of my hikes, or a lot of them, I can intersect, come off the high ground, go onto the high ground, or basically make my way here to provide me with some shelter if the weather's bad, or I just want somewhere I can hole up for a moment, get my stuff together, and then make my way onwards. So this location is quite special to me for that reason alone. Not least the fact it's a really beautiful area, particularly in a sunny day when, you know, the light is coming through and all these greens are really electric and vibrant. But yeah, so you know, I don't ever, you know, look to this place as somewhere which is you know, somewhere I just come to use. It's kind of like part of me, because like I said, it's just utilised so often for me. It is almost second nature to stop here on a vast majority of my hikes. Right, get the bread ready, and I'm a crust kind of guy. That's my favourite part of the bread. Any bread, I always try to get the crust. So let's turn the heat off, these eggs are cooked to perfection. If you can cook a fried egg to perfection, I mean, it's probably one of the most basic cooking achievements you can do. Right, let's get it on. There. It's a bit broke up, but that's to be expected when I'm cooking in the field, as we say. There, just dropped a bit. Let's get another load on here. There. Right. So there we go, we got it all together. Just getting another bit of bread, slap on top, and that's as simple as it is for me. I do use quite a bit of oil, so obviously that gives me a little bit of flavour with the bread. I don't use butter and I don't use sauces. It's just as simple as this, and I'm going to enjoy. It's nice. Sets you up for the walk back. So I've just eaten my egg banjo, and it's just hit the mark. That has. The wind's getting up, and I think we could be in for some rain. So I'm going to have my last cup of coffee. I'm a two coffee kind of guy. One to hit the mark, and then I have one just to savour, usually after a meal. So I'm going to do myself another quick cup of coffee. Just stand here, take it all in, enjoy the calm, the peace, the quiet. And then I'm going to pack up, sort my life out, and hit the trail again. Yeah, just picking up my bits and bobs. I got a few coffee bits wrappers. Obviously they're instant coffee. You could leave the eggs, but I'll take them home. I don't want to unduly encourage too much wildlife in this particular area for when I'm wild camping. Some baby wipes. I've mopped up all my cooking utensils and everything like that. That's going to go back with me. You know, leave no trace, leave no rubbish. And yeah, my coffee's boiling now, and I'm pretty much ready for the off. Got that one off, and that is absolutely scorching. Long sleeves. There. Just enough to savour now. Turn the gas off and let everything cool down before I pack it. Won't take long. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to have this last cup of coffee and hit the trail. You know, totally special place, and I hope you enjoyed just spending a few moments here with me. So yeah, I'll catch you in a moment. Right guys, I obviously haven't used a twig burner due to the fact it's been drought conditions in the UK and everything is dry. We've had a couple days of mist, and overnight it did rain heavy, and this moss is actually damp and everything around it's damp. But nevertheless, I've used a gas stove, and even though I've used a gas stove, my last little water, I'm just going to sprinkle around this whole area I was using. You know, better safe than sorry. It's an over precaution considering, like I say, it's damp. We had rain last night and I've been using gas. But ultimately, you know, I've got the water. I'm not going to drink it. I'm pretty hydrated. And all I'm doing is just basically another precaution. You know, overkill, I grant you, but you know, I've done it anyway, and it feels good doing it. Right, time for me to hit the trail. I'll see you guys again. So after that little pleasant outing, I think it's time for me to call it a day, and as I said earlier, I'm going to bid you farewell. This is Andy, and I hope to catch you guys out on the trail soon. All the best.